Alright, I didn't write an intro here, so I'm just gonna get into it immediately. So, I was trying to discourage myself from watching 2001 until I found a theater showing for it. But, I'd gotten impatient, I'd gotten too curious, so I watched it in my house last night. Obviously it would have been better in the theater, but I think I had the general atmosphere, right? So, I'm gonna move on to my opinion about the movie. I kind of loved it, sorta. I was obviously very excited to check this out with how much I've loved Kubrick's other works, but I also kind of kept my expectations in check because I was kind of thinking like I might hate it based on what I was hearing about it and what I heard it was like. And movies where it's kind of like presenting ideas through symbolism, it was like cool visuals, aren't really my thing. Although I can't really compare this to the other big one I've seen that was like this, because they're both doing different things. I've always been one of the people who's like visuals. They're an addition to a good story. They don't really work on their own. And for me, this movie like half kind of fits in that criticism. Like the visuals are the most impressive thing about it, but it does have a lot of meaning and yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Movies like this, for me to like love it, it needs to spark an emotional response, and this one did not do that for me. I've heard it did for other people, but it did not for me. Also, I have to state this, or else people get mad at me before I start nitpicking it. I understand this is the most influential, innovative space movie ever. One of the most influential, innovative movies in general. Possibly the best looking movie ever. Might not ever be topped. Especially like the Stargate sequence is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Even crazier, this movie's 56 years old now, and like I heard 10-minute VFX shots. How is this how? But I was never bored during this movie the entire time. I was never bored. I was always like focused on the screen. Also, I mean, this is just a nitpick, but I wasn't gonna complain about the visuals. I'd say the camera work itself, moving the camera, it's good in this movie. It's definitely better in Kubrick's later works, like The Shining, and from the trailers, Clockwork Orange looks like it has better camera movement. But at the same time, that is from trailers, so I guess I can't say for sure. And also, most of my complaints with this movie, they're personal things that I can't really confidently say that are objectively wrong with the movie, because this is not a you get it your first time type of thing. So my main complaint was the movie at times it felt a little disjointed to me, a little bit messy, which because it's Kubrick, he views his movies as art over movies. It could be very intentional. I won't say for sure. Once again, after first viewing, this is not objectively wrong with the movie. I could completely take away all of my complaints on future rewatches. So I'm gonna get into spoilers here. I don't think this is really a movie that would ever get ruined by spoilers, but disclaimer, just in case. Also, for these complaints, you love this movie, you know what stuff means. Tell me in the comments, please, or just like tell me a source that explained it. So I'm probably not gonna complain about what you think. I'm not gonna complain about the big Dawn of Man segment or the last 30 minutes, the complaining ones. I understand what those are trying to do. I'm gonna talk about the moon mission segment. So one thing that was confusing me, we spend like some time fleshing out one of the scientists. His name is like Dr. Floyd, but his character never goes anywhere. Just like there's a scene of him talking to his daughter. It's like fleshing out maybe he's not like the best parent, but that never goes anywhere. And a lot of like the dialogue segments in the moon mission have nothing to do with anything. They're just people talking. And like the moon mission itself, like it presents ideas and themes. It's got some symbolic imagery, but up until the monoglyph at the end, the first time they see it, it kind of just feels useless and feels disconnected to the overarching themes of evolution and how. So, but like I said, please help me understand this if you want to. That's just basically my thoughts after first time seeing it. I don't really feel the need to score it on right now. I mean, out of the Kubrick movies I've seen, this is not my favorite one. And I mean, if you really, if I have to score it, I'd give it like an 8 maybe. But like I said, I mean, I'm on break for the next week still. I could just watch it again during this break. I might change my opinions. And I'll make an update video if this video is popular on my opinions. I guess just some other thoughts is, if I was confused by this movie, I am going to die of a brain hemorrhage if I ever watch Eraserhead. But like the video, subscribe, all of that. Talk about what you agreed with, disagreed with in the comments. Subscribe. Goodbye.